This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, of course, we know that Muda is going to be unhappy with the way things are going, and he's threatening to quit on the heels of this Clash of the Champions. And boy, there's just chaos all around. But the narrative for a long time had been the decision was made. We're going to have Sting beat Flair at Wrestle War. This is supposed to be Sting's anointment later this month, and this is going to delay that. So whoever is going to be the champion, if we do take the belt off of Rick, is going to be, well, a short termer to say the least. But on the other channel, just to add context to this, because it is sort of fun to think about, the Ultimate Warrior is about to become the man beating Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6. That would happen in April. In theory, you know, Warrior was going to take down the wrestler of the 80s in the WWF. And here he is, this jacked up, wild hair, neon painted superstar. And here in the NWA, well, sort of the same thing. We were going to have this wild haired neon superstar take down the wrestler of the 80s in the NWA, Ric Flair, but that was supposed to happen in February, not July. But at this point, your number 2 babyface or your top babyface is probably Norman the Lunatic with Sting down, and that's probably not what you're looking for in the main event.
No. He's another guy who's miscast. I had a hand in that too, unfortunately. I'm not proud of that one. I brought Mike Shaw in from Calgary with the blessing of Stu Hart, who spoke very highly of Mike. That's all I needed to hear, and we brought him in. And then the Herd had the idea for the Lunatic, and he was such a successful heel as Mock and Sing in Calgary. It wasn't even funny. He had some great runs there, multiple runs. And of course we changed it. Why? And somewhere in Herd's mind, I think he might say, well, that's what McMahon would do. He created his own character. Use this guy's basic skills, put a new coat of paint on him, dress him up different, send his ass out there. He never got over at all. And that was one of the big misses in my reign. That's not a good word, but in my time there, we missed on was Mike Shaw should have stayed Mock and Sing and been a monster heel, because he was 400 pounds and could feed a comeback.
Yeah.
So he didn't get his shot. I felt bad for Mike. He deserved it. He paid his dues. Good hand. But we had so much turmoil and change and distrust in the booking committee that no one ever got on a quote unquote roll so they would be ready in case an extreme emergency occurred. And that didn't happen. That was not good planning. And I was part of that too. I was in those damn meetings. I'm not bragging about being in them, but I was in them.
Boy, Sting's got to be up for the challenge here, because I don't know if you've seen the excellent documentary or docuseries they did on Peacock about Joe Montana, but Steve Young had a tough road to hoe when he's stepping into Joe Montana's shoes. And Sting sort of doing the same thing here with Ric Flair, right? The standard was so high with Flair, it was going to be tough for anybody to follow that, was it not?
Yeah, it's going to be the same with Mac Jones in New England.
Yeah,
he's following Tom Brady. Whoever gets the quarterback job in Tampa, they're following Tom Brady. And so when you find yourself in those situations, I always said that I thought that it was a blessing that I didn't follow solely. Shivani and David Crockett did. And because Soley's image and his that shadow that he cast is just insurmountable. So, but what solves that a little bit is time. So some time passed, and Ole JR shows up on TBS with working with Tony and David, and then it evolved from there. So it's just it's a tough deal, man, to follow that greatness.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.